Okay, a lot of you missed one or two questions regarding um, Walter Benjamin. So, Walter Benjamin, for me, is my favorite of the cultural Marxists. And so, again, if you make the distinction between himself and Adorno and Horkheim, Adorno and Horkheim didn't have a lot of faith in people. The idea of aura, for instance, right? So, they thought that aura was fine, right? In other words, people shouldn't have um, access to high art because people weren't critical enough. So, which is completely opposite of how Benjamin saw people and saw aura. He felt that aura was bad, not democratic, um, and that people should be exposed to high art or whatever that has a quote unquote cultural value. And the reason being is because he felt that if people were exposed to it, they could be critical of it, right? Things would lose their aura if people were exposed to it. Now, that being said, right, Benjamin, as well as the other Frankfurt scholars, saw the rise of the Nazis and saw how basically the media helped to create an aura around Hitler, right, and the Nazis. And so Benjamin was very much aware of that, of course, and he actually acknowledges that, yes, um, film, right, especially film, has the ability to create an aura around somebody. In other words, the actual text itself could lose its aura, right? The painting, for instance, but because of so much coverage is around that particular artist, right? Then the aura gets transferred onto the artist, and the art piece loses its aura. So same sort of notion, right? If you think about movie stars today, right? The art itself loses its aura because you're exposed to it, but then we end up placing stars or athletes on pedestals. And this is what happened during the time of the Nazis, right? Was that the media helped to create an aura around um, the Nazis, and so that's one of the things that um, all the Frankfurt scholars sort of acknowledge is that the media could be used for bad by the powers that be, and even Benjamin can acknowledge that. But again, Benjamin had more faith in us, also had more faith in technology. So he's one of the guys who felt like, well, with technology, let's say the internet, it could democratize, right, art, makes it more accessible. So again, even the way they looked at technology was different. So hopefully, right, this little talk is helpful in making this distinction between Benjamin and especially Adorno and Horkheim.